In a world where YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon rule with their digital take on the niche bundle, can ESPN's pure streamer bet work? Why it might just be another step and not the finish line for Disney. Plus, YouTube is coming with an expected exclusive NFL game, and we'll have more. It's a feel-good, upfront week of Everybody Loves Sports Media. I'm Andrew Marchand. He's John Meteparel. Meet, it was great seeing you. Meet made the trip down from Boston for our event, Off the Record, with me, Andrew Marchand, presented by WSC Sports. Rick Cardella, he was tremendous. I thought it was really great, informative, everything we were looking for. So we really thank Rick Cardella for coming down.
I loved every second. You and Rick had great chemistry, great information, very composed up there on the big stage. And, you know, everybody talked about Fashion Week in New York last week. They should have been at Marchand Sports Media coming out party. They could have seen a well-dressed man wearing a Dallas Stars sweatshirt. You didn't get that with Kim K at the Met. You got that at WSC Sports headquarters.
Yep. Our good buddy Bob's was there from Ithaca College after we went off-site, Yankee Stadium, Meteparel, the four of us after. That was a good time as well, seeing Aaron Judge and company against the Padres. So fun stuff for all of us. Look forward to doing it again soon.
Yep, Red Sox fan in Yankee Stadium, somewhat tenuous. Had maybe a little trouble getting you into Yankee Stadium because you had a backpack, but we figured that out.
Meteparel, we may have to get into that. Meteparel had to freak me out. We're on the subway. You're not allowed to bring a backpack in. I purposely didn't bring my computer. Then we get there. I'm making calls, asking my guy Brendan Cuddy from the Athletic. Maybe he could come down. I could give him the bag. He'll give it back to me later in the press box. It turns out you can bring a bag in the Yankee Stadium. Anybody, little public service announcements. Thank you, Meteparel. I'm texting other reporters. I'm trying to see how am I going to do this? What am I going to do with my bag? And Meteparel way off.
But you know, Meteparel had 2 books.
Yeah, exactly. He had 2 books. That's what he traveled down with. It was impressive. We're going to get a Pop a Clicker book review. We'll get to that first before we get into everything. Let's get to our sponsor. Sports media executives know fans always expect more, and you always know the biggest names in sports turn to WSC Sports to meet these expectations. Now the company that pioneered AI-powered automated highlights has raised the bar again. Asset management capabilities have been added into the platform out of the box for no extra cost for all clients, old and new. No longer do you need to juggle or pay for multiple tools to complete your content workflows. It all happens in one place. Go to WSC Sports in the show notes, click the link, yellow demo, and tell them Marchand sent you. Twice a week podcast, andrewmarchand.com to upgrade to listen to all the archives and this full podcast.
All right, Marchand, what's up in your world?
My what's up is Caitlin Clark. She's amazing. I mean, you think about Caitlin Clark right now, the names she should be put with are Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan all time. LeBron, wow. Patrick Mahomes, obviously great players. When you look at the ratings and what they do to the ratings in their sport, they don't change the ratings as much. They do change them, but not like Tiger Woods did in his prime, Michael Jordan did, and now Caitlin Clark. Exhibition game in Iowa. 1.3 million people watched ESPN's exhibition. They've never done a WNBA exhibition game. Listen to this, Listen to this little stat here from my guy Alex Ferez from ESPN's PR department. In the last 15 years, the only 2 games, NBA exhibition games, to rate higher were LeBron James. One was when he was after the Cavs lost in the finals. The other one was when his first game with the Lakers against the Golden State Warriors, or at least his first game on ESPN against the Golden State Warriors. Then Caitlin Clark's 1.3 million people. She is a phenomenon, and if she ends up being the best player or close to the best player in the WNBA, they have something long-term that is going to be special to watch, not only on the court, but just what it means for the game.
It's funny. I was sitting in a bar with my girlfriend when that game was on, and we both looked at each other like, what is that?
Well, thanks for first of all, I broke the story. Thanks for reading The Athletic. We might have even talked about it on this podcast.
We might have. Okay.
Well, way to pay attention.
Well, you know, I might have a lapse once in a while, but
I owe you some with the backpack and now this. You're not even listening on the podcast.
I am listening, but okay. I was
wondering
who the heck is that?
So what happened with the girlfriend?
And she said, "Isn't that that girl that's really popular?" Yeah, I said, "That's Caitlin Clark. She's really popular."
There you go.
She's gonna have a shoe named after her soon. All right, my what's up? Not so popular. It's definitely not as popular as Caitlin Clark. Kevin Millar, but he's doing a great job on MLB Network, and he had this enlightening statement with the absurdities of one Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox.
If something tragically happens to any of your teammates, in other words, somebody blows out their patella tendon, and we were to ask you to move to another position or play the outfield in a pinch, or whatever we needed to win a baseball game and make this team better, would you do that before we sign this deal? And the answer would be 1,000%. Anything I would do. This is such a blessing. Thank you so much. Unbelievable. Anything for the team, right? We're all team players. Anything for the team.
Good job by Kevin Millar because he was unhinged. That's what you want from an analyst on MLB Network. Guys that play the game, sometimes they hedge their bets a little bit. They don't give you exactly the way they're feeling. Kevin Millar, he's a Red Sox employee at times. He does some games on Nesson as an analyst. Wasn't afraid. He went off on Devers, and there was more of that clip for another 3 minutes. Devers is just being extremely selfish, probably the most selfish Boston athlete in my lifetime, not opting to go to first base when they need a first baseman, making $19 million a year. Kevin Millar, well done analyzing that absurdity.
We're going to get into all this. I have a Pablo Torre, what's down in a moment, and then the questions and pop a clicker and your questions. If you want to listen to the full podcast, AndrewMarchand.com, AndrewMarchand.com for the rest of the pod. My what's down, Pablo Torre. Now, Pablo Torre finds out it's kind of been a little bit of a sensation. His podcast, he had a big one last week talking about Bill Belichick.